What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you all are having a very blessed and wonderful day. Today's video will be a fun one, as we're going to be going over the current Harley Quinn build that I have been running for the past week, which focuses on things like spamming grenades and traversal attacks. Now, I want to make this clear. This isn't a high-end 500 million damage build, just in case y'all might be assuming anything looking at this. It's simply just a fun build that can do a lot of high damage really fast. It might not be the best build, but is one that I definitely do enjoy, and I wanted to share it. So the first weapon that we have here, as you can see, is a fully loaded flashpoint machine gun. Now, this machine gun is more so of my secondary weapon, and that's primarily because of the perk, but I'll explain why in just a second. So looking at the DPS, you can see it is doing 1,326. The augments, you have 15% damage to grunt enemies with this firearm. You have a 15% shield harvest chance. You have a 3% traversal attack resource from critical hits. The perk, this firearm's damage is reduced by 50%, but each successive hit on an enemy with this firearm causes it to take 15% more damage from all sources for 10 seconds, up to a maximum of 750%. And then when you go ahead and look at the nano enhancements, you can see I have 2 points in zoom, I have 2 points in reload speed, and I have 3 points in the magazine size. Now, this is more so my setup gun, right? I primarily use my SMG and my grenades most of the time, and I only pull out this minigun whenever there's a bigger issue that I need to take care of, like a chopper or a tank or a brute, right? I pull out the minigun, I hit him with this, and then boom, I switch over to the main weapon, which is the master paint machine. As you can see, the damage is 3,679. You look at the augments and the perks on it. Successful critical reloads with this firearm trigger a stack of frenzy. At 3 stacks, you unleash a wave of venom frenzy that will craze all enemies within 20 meters of you, and this can only happen once every 45 seconds. Looking at the augments, you have plus 12% damage to grunt enemies with this firearm. You have plus 20% SMG damage, and you have plus 50% damage to craze enemies with this firearm. And then I also have the Bane set piece kicking in, which is the 2-piece bonus. Critical hits on enemies below 50% health trigger Bane's Fury. This increases damage by 50% and damage to crazy enemies by 50% for 60 seconds, and each stack of Bane's Fury also has a chance to cause the enemy to explode on death and craze enemies within 10 meters, and Bane's Fury can stack up to 15 times. Now, I could have slapped the 3rd piece on here and gone for the 3rd set piece bonus, which definitely ties a bit more into traversal attacks. Don't get me wrong, I do have another build that does that, but I wanted to see if I couldn't make a build that didn't have to rely so heavily on the Bane gear and still be optimal in its own right. Now, moving over to the melee weapon, in my opinion, is one of the best melee weapons in game, and the best melee weapon for Harley as of current is Two-Face's Persuader, and I have a master version of this weapon. There's 2 key reasons for why this weapon I feel like should be key to any grenade build with Harley, and I'll go over that in just a second. Now, as you can see, the damage is sitting from 2,466 to 2,726. You look at the augments, you have plus 14.5% melee damage to grunt enemies. You have plus 4% traversal attack resource from melee hits, which is helpful on shield harvest, and then you have plus 48% melee damage on crazed enemies. Now, looking at the perk, every melee hit on a crazed enemy has a 50% chance to either drop a live grenade or grenade ammo at the enemy's feet, which again definitely comes in handy because you're trying to spam grenades as much as possible so you can just continuously chuck them out. Now, looking at the villain synergy with Two-Face, harvesting enemies now has a 100% chance of dropping grenade ammo, and also increases grenade damage by 100% for 20 seconds. So this in total brings up the grenade spamming with this weapon specifically to 150%, with 100 of that being guaranteed, right? That's, again, I feel like this weapon is key for any build that's spamming grenades, but this is definitely coming in handy with the build that I have here. I also have the Venom Frenzy Affliction on it as well. Now, moving on to the grenade, I have the Demolisher. It's a legendary GCPD lockup grenade. It's an impact. The damage is 137,000 to 152. The augments, you got a 20% explosion radius, a plus 20% grenade damage, plus 50% grenade damage on crazed enemies to be exact. And then for the perk, you're limited to carrying 1 grenade at a time, but each grenade does 500% more damage, and it has 100% bigger explosion radius. Now, I will say this: if I'm not using This grenade, I'm primarily using I'm primarily using Reign of Bane, which is a cluster grenade, and that also gives me the 3rd set bonus for Bane. But we're talking about the build that's currently at hand, and the build that's currently at hand is the one that's using Demolisher, so this is the grenade that I'm using. Now moving over to the right side of our gear, I have a Master Unstoppable, which is a tier 3 shield. Right, the capacity is 2,998. Looking at the perks and the augments, the perk, while there are 4 or more crazed enemies within 20 meters of you, you deal 100% more damage and you take 50% less damage. For the augments, you got 7.5 critical hit chance, you got plus 10% attack, traversal attack, resource generation, and you have plus 40% SMG damage. I've already explained the Bane set bonus beast, so I don't need to go over that again. For the traversal mod, I have the Ferris Air Guidance System, which is a mod specifically for Harley Quinn. The traversal attack resource gain is 112%. I have plus 15% of grapple attacks damage applied to enemies within 10 meters. I have plus 10% traversal attack resource generation and plus 50% traversal attack damage on crazed enemies. Now moving down to the neck bomb mod, which is another key piece of this loadout, we have plus 15% grenade damage to grunt enemies, plus 25 critical hit damage, and plus 50 damage to crazed enemies. Now, after afflicting enemies with the same affliction, you are now immune to the damage from enemies afflicted by the affliction for 20 seconds, which kind of seems useless when you think about the fact if you're using craze with this, they're not going to be attacking you anyway to begin with. They're going to be attacking their allies. But at the same time, this perk also isn't the reason that I have this piece on. It's primarily the villainous energy that comes with it. So if you look at it, each time you craze an enemy, you gain a 50% damage increase for 30 seconds up to a maximum of 250%. That villainous energy is the whole reason for why I have this piece on. And then looking at the lucky charm, we have a spent rifle casing is legendary. Everything in this loadout is elite, by the way. And looking at the augments for this, we have a plus 25% grenade pickup radius, a plus 23 critical hit damage, and a 30% chance to drop grenade ammo on critical heal. And then we also have not critical heal, critical kill, and then critical hits grant 2% traversal attack resource, which definitely comes in handy because you can land critical hits not only just off of your guns but off of your grenades as well. All right, so now what we're about to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at exactly what is in our tree of talents. So for thrills and kills, right, the first perk that we have here is the ballerina. It transforms Carnival into the ballerina. This requires a 40 combo and higher, and it increases firearm damage by 75%, grenade damage by 50, and melee damage by 100. Bigger Bang increases grenade explosion radius by 20% and grenade ammo capacity by 1. Small but deadly SMG kills increase the damage of your next melee hit by 25%. Group Therapy, hitting 3 or more enemies with a grenade generates 3 combo. Cherry Bomb, grenade hits have a 25% chance to spawn an additional live grenade. So again, it's just stacking on stacking on stacking when it comes to spamming out grenades as much as you possibly can and trying to consistently raise that percentage. Moving down, we have Bottle Rocket. At 20 combo and higher, enemy kills have a 50% chance to cause the enemy to explode, dealing 50% of their maximum health as damage to enemies within 10 meters. We have Grenade Parade. Enemies hit by their grenades take 20% more damage for 10 seconds. Encore, at 30 combo and higher, performing a shield harvest has a 100% chance to cause the enemy to bleed for 50% of the damage dealt over 10 seconds. Clown Smackdown, enemy kills generate 10% suicide strike resource. And the ballerina, which is just the same skill as the first one, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna skip that. Now moving over into the second tree, Meet My Mallet. At 5 combo and higher, which this is untouchable by the way, at 5 combo and higher, shield capacity is increased by 20% and shield harvest chance by 25%. Suicide strike, self-explanatory, you should know what that is, we don't gotta explain that. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This transforms Arkham Special into Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This requires a 50 combo and higher, and it increases firearm damage by 150% and grenade damage by 100%. Drone in the Zone. At 10 combo and higher, performing a shield harvest generates 25% grapple attack traversal resource. Safety first, it increases shield overcharge by 50% and shield pickup by 25%. 3 strikes at 20 combo and higher, hitting 3 different enemies with melee increases the damage of your next melee hit by 300%. Powder keg, enemies hit by your grenades deal 25% less damage for 15 seconds. Big swinger at 30 combo and higher, damage dealt while movies is increased by 75%. Tightrope act at 30 combo and higher, every 1 additional combo gives you a 5% chance to cheat death and instantly regenerate 100% health and 25 shield, and this effect can only happen once every 120 seconds. And then Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, we've already gone over that skill, we don't need to explain it. Moving over into the one woman show, Twinkle Toes. Every 10 combo increases firearm damage by 20% while airborne, and performing a grapple attack, traversal attack generates 2 combo. Now, Trapeze Artist increases damage dealt by 20% while using the bat drone. What goes up? Grenade damage is increased by 20% while airborne. Bird of Prey, grapple attack, traversal attack kills have a 25% chance to drop grenade ammo. So again, just stacking on stacking on stacking, getting more grenades to drop. Sliding Shrapnel, ground evades and ground slides increase the damage of your next grenade by 50, and this skill perfectly goes hand in hand with the mod that I have, which I believe is the because my brain is fuzzy right now. It goes hand in hand with the traversal mod because skill landings and ground slides have a 100% chance of dropping a live grenade at your feet, and this talent specifically increases the damage when you're sliding. I gotta go back and find it. Yeah, ground evades and ground slides increased it. So if you're sliding, that damage is pretty much a guaranteed damage increase. Now, a 20% combo, sorry, not 20 combo and higher, being airborne for 5 seconds will increase the damage of your next grenade by 50 and causes it to generate 5 additional combo. At 20 combo and higher, grapple attack, traversal attack damage is increased by 50%. Agent of Chaos. At 30 combo and higher, if the combo breaker triggers while airborne, your combo won't break, and instead you generate 10 combo. This can only happen once every 30 seconds. Squad Ultimate unlocks Harley's ability to trigger the Squad Ultimate. This slows down enemies, unlocks down vehicles around the squad for 30 seconds. And then the best one, in my opinion, some people might go for Thorough Wide. I'm going for Ultimate Refresher just because I know how easy it is to kind of get hit out of nowhere. When you use this, it regenerates 100% of your health and 200% of your shield. When the Squad Ultimate is activated, definitely giving you a free bailout card in case you are in severe trouble. And that clears both the loadout and the talent tree for the portion of this video. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the second half, where I'm going to be showing you guys the gameplay with no commentary because my voice isn't the focus here. I want you guys to see how the build really works, but there is a fair chance that this will be the last time you hear my voice in this video. So I would like to thank y'all for stopping by. I hope that you had a great time. Let me know down in the comments below after you finish the video if you like this build. If you don't like it, would you pick it up? What would you change about it, etc, etc. And again, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and smack that notifications bell so that you won't ever miss out on any of my Suicide Squad related content. And I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Peace.
Taking a walk in the shield. our technology.
To the victor go the spoil, and the victor is me.
Bombs away!
All surviving units, do not let the female clown make you look like fools.
Affirmative, Sharky. I'm shooting the target.
Targeting time to stick the landing. Later.
Wonderful execution. I didn't even need to add extra time for you. 86% chance of survival.
I need a better angle. Quit clowning around.
Guess the skull ship didn't like that.
It's almost as if I captured these readings myself. Try not to die. We're not done yet.
I hear you, Quinn. Attacking your target.
Wrecking time.
He's roid raging out. Take cover!
Shatter your bones.
Be careful, units. This shark can go head-to-head with the best of you.
Well, that was embarrassing.
Skill shot. Top floor hunting supplies.
Dibs on shooting Boomer's target.
Another win for Captain Boomerang. Relocating.
You made a boo-boo. Taking a pop at Deadshot's target.
You're capable of such ferocity, Grisel. What a waste.
I'm gifted.
Heads up. Break you. Your savagery inspires me, Harley.
Boy, I'm having a go at Harley's target. Honestly, it's in the name.
Kill big.
The now has gone berserk. All units, maintain your distance. Grisel is dispatching you all with party tricks. Party tricks.
Drop doesn't kill ya. I do. Hey, is anybody keeping score? 'Cause I'm winning.
Units, try to avoid Grinzel's sideshow act.